Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley Overhauled, soon to be simulator. I haven't said those words in a couple of months. First off, I do apologise for not having released videos on Derail Valley for quite some time. I've just been extremely busy. Had a few issues with my computer, got ill. A bunch of other things happened. Some problems with what I wanted to record. Couldn't get my recording software working at one point, but everything seems to be sorted and I'm trying to get back into this, and I noticed Derail Valley had quite a decent following, so I'm hoping to continue this on a weekly basis at the very least. We are still in Overhauled. Simulator comes out in 2 months, maybe? Just under 2 months, so that should be quite interesting. But what I'm going to be doing from now until then, is I'm going to be taking a look at a little bit of the mods. Now, the reason I'm taking a look at the mods is I'm hoping a lot of these actually do port over to the simulator version of the game, and I hope that they do work. And today we're going to be looking at the Route Manager mod. So if I just pull this up, that's not the one I wanted to pull up. Where is it? 6. It wasn't 6 earlier. If I go through this, you can see we've got a route manager now. Now, the way to install this is actually quite easy. You just install the Unity mod manager as a program, or it's a standalone program. It doesn't require an install. Extract it, run it, select Derail Valley, select the folder that Derail Valley, the root folder for Derail Valley game, and then you can download these from Nexus Mods and just drag and drop into that mod manager, and ta-da, it's installed. So this is a pretty good mod. I will be looking at how it works and I'm going to try it, and we'll see exactly what comes of it. We'll certainly see what comes of it and whether or not it's worth using. But first, of course, I have to find a route. So we are in the food factory in town, and I think this one is something I could take. I'm going to get used to these controls again. There are these two that I could take. This one looks better, actually. 54 minutes. That could take 2 videos. 11,000. No, this one's more worth it. Stop doing that. That isn't the one I wanted to do. It's not G. I know it's another one to place these. I haven't yet read what the shunting... I know people have left comments on what the shunting ones do. I need to take a look at those, at the idea behind all these shunting ones and how they start, and stop doing that. And all of that kind of stuff. So I will be taking shunting eventually. But for now, we're just sort of stuck with these. This one really doesn't have much to give. This one, again, doesn't have... That's shunting, that's why. Go away. This one is... Now that's an interesting one. That could be worth it. That could very well be worth it. In fact... Oh wait, that requires hazmat, and I do not believe I've got a hazmat license, do I? Hazmat, I do not have. And in terms of wallet, I do not have enough money. Right, okay, so it looks like this is the one I'm going to be taking for this video. I'm just thinking 11, 7, 11. Yeah, this one's the one that's worth it. It should just be, hopefully if I do this correctly, it should just be one video. And we'll see. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to be adjusting the signals myself. I'm going to see if the points, should I say. I'm going to see if the route manager actually manages to sort out all the points for me and find me the best way over to the steel mill, which is over here, which means we're going to be probably going through all of... Oh no, we'll be taking points down here, through here, along there. There are a few points here, so that should be quite interesting. Make sure you stay tuned, and I'm going to... Yeah, let's get started. It's going to be interesting. I know that my train is near it. It's just going to have to do a little bit of moving. Doesn't matter if I do not get the bonus that's not a problem. So there we go. Let's see what this does, and let's see what this mod can do. Okay, here we go. Immediately running forward, I'm going to just check where these are. Thank you to all the people, by the way, that have been leaving comments. I believe this is my cargo. CBK 938. Yep, that's the cargo. Right, and the direction I'm facing. Okay. I'm just thinking. So people have told me the I and the O input-output tracks make sense. Makes perfect sense, which I did realise at one point, but let's see. Yes, I do want to be facing in this direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this train, grab my locomotive, and let's get this started. Now, can I remember how to start these? Yes, I can. Apparently I can remember how to start these. Releasing the brakes. Yep, that's that. That's not the one I wanted to do. That knocks it forwards. That's forwards. Brakes released. Now that's brakes released. And then the other one is... Which one for the other set of brakes? That's not the one. Is it P? No, it isn't. I need to figure out what the train brakes are. Come on, brain. What are the train brakes? There they are. So release those brakes, and let's move ourselves forward a little. Oh, the brakes not released yet. Cab lights. Ah, no. Pressure's now. There it goes. Now the brakes are released. Okay. So I'm going to jump onto this first. Wrong button. I'm going to jump onto that first, grab that, and then I'm going to try and use the route manager and see what it is capable of doing. One of the things I do need to do though is just check the switch. So that is facing in my direction. Obviously I do not want to be jumping the point, so I'll do that. That is facing my direction. That's looking pretty good, and I'm not going to change any other points. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end up changing these back, simply because I want to... Come on, stop. Simply because what I want to do is I want to... Am I still coupled onto this? Okay, that was something I was not expecting. Why am I still coupled onto this? That's a good start. Let me just get rid of these then. I'm surprised the loco brake managed that on its own. Right. Send those brakes on. Nobody told me I was still coupled onto these. Yeah, just decouple, please. There you go. Okay, it's a good start. It's a very good start. Ooh, I heard a bell. I'm not sure what that bell was. Apparently, this mod has a bunch of bells. I'm going to learn a bit more about the bells. Brake pipe. Oh, I see. That was a brake pipe warning. Probably because I'm bleeding. I think I'm bleeding air here. Yes, I am. There we go. Maybe that's what that bell was all about. Okay, let's move it forward again. Well, I'm not hitting the bonus today, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. So, looking at this, it says main use case, take a freight haul or logistic jobs. Apparently shunting functions are only partially supported. So, just got to be aware of that. Right, and now I would like to... Oh, why do you do this to me? Where's my comms radio now? Just, stop, please. No, that's not... Where do my comms radio... Why does my comms radio keep disappearing? I want that, and then that is the one I want. Okay. Here I go. Release the brakes. Backwards we go. As you can see, it has been a while. I cannot even remember what the horn command is, so I'll just press it over here. Might be plus, I'm not entirely sure. And we'll just ease into where we need to ease into grab our cargo. Could this end up being 2 videos? Since it's taken me 11 minutes just to grab this. This could end up being 2 videos. You never know. So yes, it looks like we've got freight haul or logistics. Now all of the instructions are available on Nexus mods, so that's pretty good. I have made some adjustments to say no reversing, for example. So I'm hoping that it does pay attention to my no reversing plan, because I'd rather not be going forwards and backwards all the time. Just gently hitting the brakes, slowing the train down so that we can connect this up. Okay, we could be a little closer. Yeah, we could just be a smidge closer, please. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Locomotive brake on. There we go. We really do not want to mess that up. And let's hook this up. So, onto that. There we go. Slight push on the buffers, which is absolutely fine. Requires license multiple unit. Yeah, we do not have the multiple units here, but we do have this. Let's go ahead and do that. Jump over those and just ensure that all of these are connected. It would be interesting if they had a scenario in which some of these are not connected in the simulator version. Okay, off we go. Right, so what I'm supposed to do here is that I can go to the comms radio to route manager. So I've got my train. This is clearly my train. I will knock this forward. I'm also going to, just for the sake of it, so I can see whether this is going to work, I'm actually going to flip those 2 over so they're wrong. So that one's certainly wrong. And let's see what happens. So then I go to route manager. I guess I'll go to menu, and we've got the option. It says new route. So what different options do we have? So new route would be active only when active route not set, and so that's going to go, so you can do from last used, so that's where this train is, this locomotive to destination, or you could do from last used to a specific track, or you could do from job cars to job destination. So I'm going to do from last use because this is where we are, so we'll do that one, locomotive to job destination. I think that's supposed to be locomotive, but let's go ahead and build that route, and I'm just using the left mouse button to do this. Okay, has it actually fixed anything? I have no idea. It says route 10 kilometers heading north. Do I get to see that? Ah, I do get to see that. Okay. So, will it do the switches for me? That's the question. I want to check whether this does auto switching. Right. Settings. It may not do auto switching. This might be the wrong mod for auto switching. This is just a route manager. Ah, okay. So this isn't the one that I was. No, are you bored of continuous rail track switching? No, this is the one. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's move forward. This is an experiment. Release the brakes. Release train brakes. If we've got anything, we have nothing. We have nothing. Let's switch on some lights. There we go. Quick toot of the horn and start moving ourselves forward. Now the route is there on the map, so that's really good. That's probably going to be the thumbnail for the video, by the way, because that shows off the mod being used. Now my only question is that how does this, so I know that I'm starting here, I'm going to be taking it to B3I at the steel mill, so this should have sorted all of that out for me, in theory. So let's take a look at my radio. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Now that looks correct. Did it swap it over? I think it did. Okay, well, let's try it. Heading north via FFSM, which is Food Factory, which is where we are, and Steel Mill. Speeds. Would this be telling me much about speeds? I'm also going to try a couple of things here. So that it does have experimental cruise control, but I'm not going to be looking at experimental cruise control. I think you press C for experimental cruise. In fact, I suppose I probably should take a look at experimental cruise control just so that you guys can see it. So I'm going to hit C right now. That's experimental cruise control apparently on. Now I'm going to try and accelerate a little just by using the keys here. So try and keep speed 30, which is going to be V. It's not actually doing anything. Unless I need to actually still accelerate. Independent, it can be used. No, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, okay. So that sound, the upwards tone, is going to be the sound that's used for actually bringing us up and switching on the cruise control. And the other sound was the deactivation. So if you press any other key for cruise control, it will deactivate it. Seems to be doing okay. Seems to be doing quite alright. And it shows us on our way, and that's working quite nicely. Okay. And then we've got a train. I know that there's a train noise, so end of train, so it's a train length measurement, which I've set to it's supposed to be N, but I've set it to Control Shift N. So when we go through this point here for 50, I'm going to press Control Shift N, and let's see if it figures out. There you go. And apparently when I do that, it does it tells me. Okay, and it has the Roadrunner noise. That tells me that that's the end of the train. So I could attempt to increase. That wasn't increasing. that was decreasing. So I'm now using the full stop key and the comma key for increase and decrease of speed through cruise control. So I've got that set to 40. I'm going to bring that back down because we've come up to a 30 junction. This is pretty good, actually. This is really good, this route manager mod. I can also, so on an active route set, I can do a few things. So I can do menu, cruise control, that's it, settings. I've got the settings under construction. Okay, that's fine. Route manager again, active route, route tracker, train info, cars 5, train length 61 meters, train weight 270 tons. That's impressive. That is actually impressive. And then we could change the direction or use the alarm right here. So again, I'll use it. So for example, if I use it for this tunnel, now we can see that in 0.7 of a kilometer we have a junction. So let's set here and let's see if it does the meep meep. It does. Quite nice. Right, now I'm trusting this route to actually have sent me in the right direction. So how do I now get out of this? There we go, exit. This is a very good mod. I do like this, and it was an absolute doddle to actually to install. It was a piece of cake. As I said, all you've got to do is download the Unity mod manager, extract it, run the program, find the program for Derail Valley, select Derail Valley, and then just drag and drop any mod you want, which is very impressive. Can I increase the speed a little, please? There, is that going to increase it? Does it not increase it? Oh, do I have to get rid of this first? It's not sort of not working anymore. So what's happened to the cruise control? There we go. Is that going to help? I guess if you go into set, I guess maybe if I went into the other thing and it caused a problem. Well, we can still pass around here. Oh, it's trying its best. Probably is trying its best here. Yes, it's got some wheel spin, that's what it is. So if I switch on some sanding, there you go. That should help us a little. Perfect. This is all working really well. Everything is set exactly as it should be. Right, it's 60. Should we see what this does? We've gone through 60. I'm not going to use the meep for now. The only thing I've noticed about this is that it does use only the independent brake. It cannot use a train brake at the moment. So that's something to take into account. What I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to take manual control of this train myself, so all I've got to do to switch off the cruise control, I believe, is press C. I think. I'm just going to check. Set current speed, C. That's now switched off, so now I'm in manual control, and I will first off release that brake. And I'm going to use the train brakes. That's going to be a little bit more effective for me here. Although I think we're good on our speed. Let's see how long this takes. Where are we? Do you know what? We're not too far off our destination, to be fair. So I'm thinking I might just run this for this video, and I'll try this again in the next video as well. This is going to be sort of a two-parter. I want to give this a good opportunity here. Or if I find another mod to try, I might try another one. Get on the brakes a little. That's it. Just making sure. We still have to keep an eye out for the speeds. We still have to keep an eye out for what we're doing. We do not want things to naturally go wrong. So at the moment I'm doing about 50-55 miles per hour, which is not too bad. So 60. We've got another split in 300 meters, so I need to check the speeds for this split. I have a feeling it isn't going to be 60, so I'm going to slow down just a bit to start with. It is 60. It's still 60. Very good. I've slowed down to 40, but better to be safe than sorry when you do not know what the route is and you've never been to this parts before. Right. Accelerator, throttle. Because I've literally slowed down to half. So one of the things that I am liking about this, as we plough through some trees, is that I think the point switching was really difficult in this title. And the reason it was difficult is because you have to sort of zoom in like this, you've got to jump ahead. Now it's more focused on the train itself, and to be fair, I do like the idea of point switching within a yard. I think that's pretty cool. But point switching when you're doing 60 miles per hour coming up around a corner, a bit difficult. This seems to all be set as it should be, and we're on towards our final run towards the steel mill. Any points where it looks like it's going to slow down? I think that might be 50, that corner coming up, and then it looks like we've got a very fast run after that, so just going to check. That's a 70. Alright, well, let's go for it. It would be nice to have a two-tone horn. I hope Simulator brings in a two-tone horn. Here we go. So yes, I'm going to try and bring this back on a weekly basis. And by the way, whilst I'm doing this run, I am actually looking for other mods. This is something you shouldn't be doing. Do not drive a train whilst you're distracted. It's not a clever idea. 80. All right. Sure. Let's go for it. So what else do we have here? Couple of physics. That'd be an interesting one. Extra lights, sure. Back down to 70. Derail Valley job realism. Interesting. Yes, I know it's heating up a little. Not to worry. We're absolutely fine here. I wonder if the fan works. I think Exia keeps telling me the fan does not work at the moment. I can never remember. We're supposed to be. I'm going to actually push this a little because we're climbing to 100. But I am watching that temperature now. There we go. That should ease off on the temperature. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do much in the way of speed at the moment. not making much headway here. Right. Shunter skins, that's an interesting one. I might try that. Or additional cars. That would be interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm still trying to keep an eye on speeds here. 90, and then there's something up ahead. How far away are we from the city? Very close. And how far has it been in this video? 35 minutes? 30 minutes? Alright. We are okay on speed here. Freight line and livery for the DE2. That's this one. Oh, I would like to try that. Yes, yes. I'm easing off, I'm easing off. I'm easing off. Go on, drop down. There you go. Maybe I need to get a working fan mod. I know there's also a parking brake mod, or a handbrake mod as it were. It's a handbrake parking brake in a train. Handbrake. So you have to crank it, right? Speeds are still okay. We're almost there. We're just going to go past our home very shortly. So what does this do? Pristine Freightliner and green livery for the DE2 with custom two-tone chocolate and cream, two-tone cabin with a brass throttle, reverse and brake handles based on a British Rail Class 08. Okay, I might try this. If only there was a British Rail livery. I want those. I want the British Rail liveries. In fact, that's what I'm going to look for. That is exactly what I'm going to look for. But I need a kind to it, so because otherwise there's page after page after page to go through. Right, surely going to slow down shortly. Yes, we are. But that's fine because I'm slowing down anyway. There's our home base. By that I mean our little depot, our little yard, not home base for those people in the UK, the shop. And this is going to be a really good test to see, has everything just lined up for me? It does make it a little bit easier, I must admit, it does make the jobs easier when you're in a depot, or coming into a yard. It really, really makes the job easier, which is perhaps not so great, but there we go. We're running very hot, which is no good. Just to let them know, well, this is a loss of grass. I do not remember all this grass here last time. Interesting. And 6.5, right. I need to know exactly where we're headed. Steel Mill is the first one. Okay, yeah, I know where we're going. That's fine. I shall slow it down just a smidge. And we'll just cruise in. Yeah, we're just going to cruise into our port, which looks like it's this one here. That is actually so simple. I like that. It gives this title more of a, you're just a train driver. What I would like is if this mod had an option to route you all the way to the yard, but then have you sort yourself out in said yard. That would be a lot nicer, I'd say. Yeah, I would actually like it if they did that. And we shall just stop the train here. Yep, looks like we're in nicely. And there we are. That was actually a really good mod. And now what does it do? And it's cleared it. It has cleared the... Right, so I'll just put that to maximum. As I said, a handbrake would have been really nice here. If this train does indeed have a handbrake. as usual, knock it out of gear. And I will actually uncouple these because it seems like I forgot last. Oh, I did make a mistake there. I'll actually do that. Hook that back on. And now I'm going to run over to the... oh, where was the... I cannot remember where the... It's over on this side, isn't it? There it is. I cannot remember where this is. I found it. And which one is it? It is... this... No, that's just moving where... That's the one. There we go. And it took me 30 minutes. I did that in 30 minutes, which is pretty good. So I got 11,000, and I got... That was a really good bonus there. So that gives me... What, 35,000? Where's my wallet gone? There it is. 40,000. I meant 45,000. It's 40,000. So we are now at the steel mill, and that is where I'm going to end this. I may look for taking... Again, I'm not going to... For now, I'm not going to touch shunting. Just for now. Harbour and Town. I may try this one. The reason being is that it looks like there's a few confusing bits here. So it would be interesting. Although I think I've been told not to go to Harbour and Town. I cannot remember. Because it would be a problem. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Logistics hall. Haul empty cars. Maybe I could do that. So I'll take a look at these. We've got Machine Factory in Town. Machine Factory in Town, which is that way. I believe we've been up that way before. So that would be interesting to see how the route would work for us. But for now, I'm going to end this video. Hopefully that gave you a good, some good experience on what this mod is like. I think it's actually really, really good. It's a very, very good mod. It's intuitive. It's extremely useful, and it just it makes it a lot easier to drive the train, especially when you're doing high speed. And I think that is where it really comes in handy, is when you're doing high speed. So what I would recommend you do is, once you've attached up to your train, or attached your locomotive up to your up to the wagons and got yourself a train, what I would do from there is I would find your way out of here like normal. So, you know, go around here, mess around with the routes, go right, this is where these points go, this is where that point goes, and then set your automatic routing. And that just gives you a little bit more to do, a bit more realistic. You're working in the yard, but then once you're out on the main railways, someone else is controlling it for you. So again, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to press the like button if you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Derail Valley Overhauled, and then of course Derail Valley Simulator. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, and thank you to all the people who have been showing me support for this channel and support for these videos. I know that they have been somewhat popular. I think that to say that on my channel these have been quite popular, and I do intend to keep running these as long as people are watching them and people are enjoying them. I do intend to keep running these for quite some time. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I'll see you next time in Derail Valley Overhauled.